I'm trying to find a reason not to get angry. I really am. Over the course of this entire show, I'm not trying to lose my anger. I'm not. I'm not. Over all this time I've been already complaining about the product, thinking that they would want to make a change this year, thinking that they would try to cut the edge, make a difference, make the fans have something new to start off the year. They're not. They're not. Stop trying. Bringing up NXT talent, making the McMahons still run the show. Doing that didn't change shit. Still got the same roster. Still, I missed a national championship with this. Congratulations to Clemson, by the way. All this time I've been trying to change my ideology, just change my mentality, change my attitude, change my tone over all of this, and it still doesn't do anything. Why? Because I want to give something I love a chance. Pro wrestling to, turn over a new leaf. Because all I've been hearing is this new era, new era, new era. They don't do shit. You still have the women's championship treated like a mere joke. Off a bit of a shitty little grudge match that Seth Rollins just beats anybody and he gets the Intercontinental title match and he still gets 2 feuds in a row. And Seth Rollins, you think he's a top guy, yet he's having a mini feud with Dean Ambrose that could have been more personal. And Bobby Lashley coming out of here because he has no other say in a Universal Championship. Nobody cares. I don't care. Nobody's treated like a big guy anymore. We had John Cena coming back in the start, and I was planning to review Wrestle Kingdom because I thought there had to be something. There had to be something better for the start of the month. Because I'm not gonna like the Royal Rumble. I know that. So I was thinking, let me watch Wrestle Kingdom for a waste of 4.5 hours, I think. And the best match was the opening match with Will Ospreay and oh yeah, he had Kushida. No, he did not have Kushida. Kota Ibushi. That was the only interesting match because it actually had some physicality and one person bled in the end of it. It actually looked like it was a high-stake match. There was multitudes of matches, title matches. One-on-one match that ended in an finish, with Jay White winning. Any other title match was just a ridiculous tag match so we can get multiple spots in. It was a spot-filled, retarded, no characteristics in any source of match. The main event was so fucking long, so dragged out, with so many false finishes, with super dragged out moves, because you want to think that the wrestling is that deep. No wonder no one cares about Shinsuke Nakamura since he's been called up. This is my opinion, but if people that actually watch the product, and in a realistic view, how in the fuck do you think this is mainstream in any source? Any thought do you think this is going to be mainstream? The Nakamura should have been WWE champion by the get-go when he won the Royal Rumble. He didn't even get a main event. Nobody for the past few years that was at least Roman Reigns got a main event in WrestleMania. Because they aren't shit. Be realistic about this, guys. Really. Because all this bullshit about Kenny Omega out of New Japan, he's coming to WWE. You really think that's going to cause a fucking difference while McMahon's still running the show? Triple H, a lot of other people with their own idea that was for the past 20 to 15 years. You think they're going to change shit? This show was terrible. Bringing John Cena, he didn't interact with the newest wrestlers. He didn't do the rest of that crap. There's no interaction. The show sucked. The opening match was a main event match that could have been okay, so we can build up McIntyre and Cena if you want that to be a feud. And Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins in a 6-man tag, main event. Easy. Except we had a stupid false count anywhere because Seth Rollins smacked the coffee out of Triple H. Is that how we build tough guys now? I'm taking this as a TV show. These are grown men working week to week. And you're telling me these guys can't build a qualifying match with most of the guys, like McIntyre, Balor, Rollins, at a fatal 4-way that could have been the main event instead of a 6-man, except for a ballsy, boring, dragged out. Oh, this is a big Falls Count Anywhere match because we're fighting from the backstage to near the staircase where the attendance is. Really? I'm being serious, and it just ended with Seth Rollins losing off Bobby Lashley interfering and hitting him with the table. Come on, really? And we just opened off with a tag match with just a babyface winning out of nowhere, and then Seth Rollins coming to beat up Triple H. I mean, just bother Triple H like it was a nuisance. Like you get a title shot. Piece of shit. I don't care about Seth Rollins. And whoever said that he was carrying the show over the year, you're a retard. I'm sorry. If you really have that much faith in the show, then you would expect a higher fucking expectation of how to produce a show that's running in a week-to-week basis, and you have no way how to build up your wrestlers. Look NXT. I don't care if these guys are in feuds. I don't care. It's a developmental show. You should know that anything else should be scrapped, and if they're ready to go to the main roster. Let them feud and interact. You already don't do that with the rest of the main roster. It's a waste of my time. We had a Mean Gene Okerlund's tribute video from Hulk Hogan. Obviously, over his time in the era, these guys had built up a bit of a good relationship and friendship over the time. So that was literally the only positive thing the entire time. Rest in peace to Mean Gene Okerlund, that he doesn't have to interview any of these schmucks for the rest of his life. R.I.P. to that guy. He obviously lived in a better era when there was actual stars. The segment was pretty good. In my opinion, because it was Hogan just calling up most of the dead legends, like Roddy Piper and shit like that. And it was like, it was alright. It was a segment. It was a good segment. It was tributing a man that have obviously been with the WWE, and the rest of the wrestling business for a long time, and a well-liked figure. Because obviously, I would rather be in his position to watch this bullshit for the rest of my natural-born life. The next was a tag team lumberjack match for the WWE Raw tag team titles. That just came into some moves. Like, it was just major league tag moves, and it took Bobby Roode carrying Chad Gable and a few athletic moves. It was alright. That was it. I did not care. Because I know these guys are just going to continue feuding, and the rest of the tag team is so fucking bland. That bringing heavy machinery that has no other characteristics except they can lift people, it doesn't bring anything. I'd rather watch Kane and Big Show as a tag team again. My God. I'd rather watch Brodus Clay and Tensai again than see that bullshit. At least that actually had some interesting character. Or not, I don't give a fuck. I just want to watch people that actually have a character. I'm just saying. Anything else we had? Baron Corbin. Well, I have to qualify for a Royal Rumble match that had 30 superstars. You couldn't bring 15 of your top guys against 15 of the top guys on SmackDown. Doesn't that make more of a sense? I'm just saying. And I know for the female roster, thanks it's so boring, bland, nobody's that athletically gifted, and nobody has that much of a shred of character anymore, that we're just going to bring alumni, and that's all you're going to remember except of actual elimination. Thinks these bitches can't go over the top. You really care? No one cared about the female Royal Rumble winner. And that was Asuka. I told somebody that, and they were like, oh shit, no wonder. I'm just saying. From all the time I've been just waiting for the female division to do something. It's not making an Elimination Chamber, a Money in the Bank match, a Hell in a Cell match, a TLC match. That's not how you build a feud. Lita and Trish Stratus did that, and they never had that much of extremist feuds. They talked about themselves, they talked about their characteristics, how they lived, they beat the shit out of each other every week, and it was for the women's title and for a pay-per-view. It was near main event level match. And those were actually females that you want to like, be near, that you want for females they want to be, they want to look like, the men that they want to sleep, they want to make sure they don't mess with them in real life because they could actually fuck them up. Those are characters. Those are wrestlers. Those are people that you don't want to mess with or you want to be. Tell me whoever the fuck you want to be like right now. Anyway, there was Baron Corbin Elias wrestling, and that was the best match in the show. The best match because it actually had some high moves. There was a high knee up the top. There was a few decent stiff moves in the match. It was literally and it ended up with Baron Corbin winning, so we can stay relevant. It is supposed to be a qualifier for a Royal Rumble when there's barely enough male talent in the roster that they don't need a qualifier at all. I'm just saying it's really boring. This was a waste of my time, but this was an alright match to sit through. Next was a wasted segment with Braun Strowman just wasting time in the fucking ring so we can call out Lesnar for him to just walk around the ring, bring his Universal title. If it was Braun Strowman, he could have run up backstage and beat the shit out of everybody, security guards, and beat the shit out of Brock Lesnar so we can build up to a feud for the Universal title. That's 3 weeks away. Why you have to waste time so Brock Lesnar can tease? If this was 2002, he would have already ran up to the ring so they can beat the shit out of each other. It's so fucking boring. This Paul Heyman shit has dragged out anything that made Brock Lesnar intimidating, a cool character, interesting, and actually you want to fight. That's somebody that you want to fight. That's a champion. Now I'm watching Lesnar right now. He's wearing his corny-ass Suplex City shirt, his ugly-ass sweatpants, and his Payless sneakers that he wore since 2012, and he has not proven me one cinch. Why did he win the title back to begin with and we couldn't have Braun Strowman? I don't care if he was feuding with Lashley, McIntyre. At least those are top consistent guys that have been wrestling and proved to be like a threat for a championship opportunity. Lord knows if Seth Rollins had a Universal Championship match with Finn Balor. At least those are top guys that you would watch and that are compete on a week-to-week basis. And by God, this segment sucked. Just like the McIntyre and Cena feud. So there can be a feud in the feud with Rollins and Lashley. And then the heels just came up and it was 3-on-2. And then it was 3-on-3. So we got a 6-man tag so Cena can get at work. That's it. Oh, it's the same promo. Oh, Cena said promo. I swear fans are going to eat that up. That Cena said promo. You suck at a promo. Seeing the same guy do it every single week. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. People say Triple H varies. Cena's the most corny, bullshit character I've ever seen in my life. He hasn't been good since 2005. When fans actually wanted to ride with him. And that was it. Cena's corporate cuck. He sucks. I don't want to see him anymore on my TV, just like most of the roster. I don't want to see them anymore. This segment wasted time. Braun Strowman could have broke something, and that could have been at least something. I had to keep switching the channel up to the championship game to Raw, and it's like, do I really want to watch this? It's the time that Raw is so bad that my brother, my little brother, that has no interest in football at all. He doesn't watch the sport consistently. He watches videos that obviously make fun of it because NFL has some political issues. How their owners also deal with their own football teams. And sometimes the hits that he sees or stupid plays that happens that he's interested. He will never take up his time to watch a full game of football in his natural born life. But he'd rather watch a college football halftime show than ever in his life watch Raw right now. And he's a wrestling fan. Oh my God, this segment sucked. Next, we had Amber Moon and Apollo Crews facing off against Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox. Now, I don't know why Alicia Fox is even affiliated with Jinder Mahal because they're heels, they can be together. If Alicia Fox was in a bit of a crazy girlfriend vibe, thinks she's supposed to be crazy, maybe I can understand her being with Jinder Mahal. But this doesn't make sense to make baby faces face off against heels We have no number one contender matches, no other feuds than just 6-man tags, no steel cage matches. That's a rarity on Raw. Ladder matches, table matches, something that's supposed to excite the crowd. No segments that would actually be interesting. What the fuck are the McMahons doing? Most of these guys institute these matches by themselves. There was no McMahon to orchestrate the tag match. Only Triple H was there to orchestrate the Intercontinental no disqualification match for the main event. I didn't even know that was going to be the main event. I thought that was going to be next. Come on. Come on, guys. I expect you guys to be better than this. Come on, man. Wasting my fucking time. Next was supposed to be Ronda Rousey. The moment with Ronda Rousey getting interviewed by Alexa Bliss over her one-on-one match. First of all, a little side note. The commentary was so bad. Why they brought Renee Young? Over this entire time, nobody questioned Renee Young. Why is she in the calling? Nothing's wrong with her as an interviewer. Nothing was wrong with her as an interviewer. She's corny. She never calls wrestling moves. Michael Cole still calls boss time. And it's so cool because these females say bitch. Not like they got a reality show that they can already say it. Nothing about this has an edge. Michael Cole still says boss time like everybody else says boss time, like that's actually said on a t-shirt or anything. It's so disinteresting. Nia Jax already lost my interest when she kept wrestling in squash matches because she knows that she gotta let the midgets lose. And she already can't wrestle to begin with. Why was she in this segment just to lose to Ronda Rousey? Or to lose to Sasha Banks? She lost to Sasha Banks for a qualifying match because that wasn't orchestrated by a GM. That wasn't. We have no GM. We have no side of order. You're supposed to say that 4 McMahons are running the show, but these people are still calling their own matches. Sasha Banks literally called out Nia Jax so she can have a number one contender shot right in the ring while there's an interview going on for no fucking reason so these people can get some wrestling in. You have 3 weeks until the pay-per-view starts. And we had a shitty match. So many botches. She can't hit knees. Sasha Banks nor Nia Jax can't wrestle. That was supposed to be a reversal for a Hurricane Rana. She's supposed to hit her head on the apron. It was such a fucking botch. The wrestling sucks so hard because these women can't hold their own. And Nia Jax isn't that fast paced enough just to think she's so fucking fat. And she's so fucking sloppy. She can't even do a leg drop without looking like she's supposed to be doing a fucking water birth. It's that awkward. I can't watch it. The match was so freaking sloppy. It was the worst match of the night. And the year. It's so bad. It was so bad. I'm trying not to lose my patience. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. You know, whoever watches Raw, I'm trying. You're trying to actually think that there's a difference from 2018 to 2019. But it's not. It's wasting my time, man. It's wasting everybody else's. They'd rather be watching Alabama versus Clemson. Whatever's on TNT, whatever they have on their phone here, whatever they have on anything else, they would rather watch than a 3-hour primetime show that wastes anybody's time. You had John Cena come back on the show. He couldn't interact with the rest of the wrestlers. No authority figure could set the matches up themselves. It was so shit. Nia Jax is like, the bitch. I'm the bitch. Fucking retard. This is why nobody took you seriously since you came from NXT. It's because of your bloodline, your corny-ass bloodline, that only The Rock is relevant over all of this mess. That you even got a shot for a women's title, or you're even in the fucking main roster still, with your fat ass. Ronda had nothing else to say. Ronda Rousey just won all because of a rip-off crossface. That's literally because she can't, that's so reversible. It's so reversible. There's no way pinning her down like there is a U-bell lock or shit like that. It's just literally just grabbing her face while she's laying down on her chest. on her belly. That's it. That's the bank statement. And I've been watching that for 3 years, 4 years now, and it's so terrible. The main event was Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose for the Intercontinental title in a Falls Count Anywhere match. It was bad. You can say how dragged out as it was. By the way, Bayley and Tamina came in that contenders match out of nowhere. Just so there can be more conflict, so the match can mean something, even though it was so bad. The Intercontinental title match was They started backstage beating the shit out of each other so they can be near fall after near fall. You couldn't go to the catering room. You couldn't toss somebody out a window. Nothing interesting if it's a false count anywhere match. No creativity. They just found any random shit they found on the floor. Not a chair. Not a plate. Not something that could actually hurt somebody. They still use fucking ladders and toss out against each other and just DDT'd. It was really boring of a match. And it was a false count anywhere match for the main event. Dean Ambrose still won because Lashley interfered. That was it. And they hit Rollins on the table so they can feud. Raw was so goddamn terrible. It gets a 2 out of 10. No, 1 out of 10. From all this crap, they still haven't improved. All of this. They keep bringing up this young talent. And it's bland. It's bland. They call up Lars Sullivan. That just looks like a ripoff of Braun Strowman and Magnus. No, not Magnus. Yeah, he just looks like Braun Strowman, butt-fucked Snitsky. Then we got Heavy Machinery. Just looks like any generic tag team you see in fucking Pro Wrestling Gorilla. Then we got fucking some woman that can't even wrestle right. I see her. She only does one stiff move on NXT. Rest holds and boring shit. She can't wrestle. No, they couldn't bring Velveteen Dream. That looks like he could at least interest the crowd in his characteristic. EC3, the only well-built guy in there. He was already bland on TNA, and you think bringing him into WWE can make a difference? He didn't even win a championship in NXT, but I know he's going to have maybe one reign with the North American title before he loses it. Couldn't even be Adam Cole himself. Win a Ring of Honor title. He wanted a Ring of Honor championship, and we're not going to hold him on that. But Daniel Bryan is better. Shut the fuck up. This show sucked. I want people to understand how poor they don't give a fuck about the product anymore. Really? None of these matches you could remember. None of these segments you could remember except one stiff move that's going to be on some highlight of the top hard hits and wrestling of the year. That's it. That's all you gotta remember. Cena brung some work. He sucks. It's a promo. McIntyre, you can't take seriously or put it into a feud because Cena done this for so many years. No authority figures could interact with wrestlers. No wrestlers could interact with different wrestlers anymore. So it's going to be feud after feud, rivalry after rivalry, with no other reason. We missed King of the Ring for this. We missed King of the Ring. No championship matches could ever be orchestrated. There was 2 title matches and I couldn't remember them. I didn't even know it was a lumberjack match. No tournaments to be settled. No better matches than a lumberjack match that they've done forever on Raw. A 6-man tag that they've done forever on Raw. Change it up. No handicap matches anymore. Battle royals that were actually important. There was a battle royal on Raw years ago that was supposed to give you the number 30 spot for the Royal Rumble. Why don't you do that? That's so retarded. You bring John Cena up for what? So we can just say that he's in the Royal Rumble? You could have done that for a surprise. Cena barely showed up on Raw for months. He hasn't shown up since WrestleMania. Raw sucked then, and it sucked now with him starting the show. So we can be like, I'm still alive, guys. The Bumblebee movie sucked, so I'm coming back. Fucking waste of my breath. I wasted my time with the show. As soon as I saw Nia Jax trying to think that she's intimidating, getting in Ronda Rousey's face with her fucking Tostitos breath, saying that one right hand that she accidentally made, it was accidental, that she made fucking Becky Lynch's nose bleed. P.S. Anybody can make Becky Lynch's nose bleed. Even a 14-year-old fucking orthopedic could beat the shit out of Becky Lynch, no fucking problem. The show sucked. And I want people to understand, if you don't put Raw into a higher standard, you're going to fucking blow. I know, and there's no other show to watch. New Japan sucks. New Japan sucks. I'm not into it. Some of the wrestlers are talented, I get it. But the wrestling, the timing, the pace that they think they can put it in, it doesn't fit people. For certain people. I get it. But I can understand why people like it. Some of the wrestling is pretty good. But Raw sucked. Raw keeps doing this to themselves. They keep shooting themselves in the leg. I don't understand why. Do you keep bringing up this new era? What is this new era? What is this supposed to show to the viewer? What is the big change that WWE is trying to bring? You've been saying this for years that you keep bringing up young talent or new talent, but it sucks. None of this is proving to be any source of good, whole grain TV. And you keep forgetting that this is a television show. This isn't a network special. This isn't Superstars. This is WWE. Please start treating it like an actual TV show. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna break my fucking face. Subscribe, like, and I hope you guys enjoyed the call it the NCAA championship game. Happy fucking New Year for Raw too. The show fucking sucked.